This morning, Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer tried a test vote on a bipartisan infrastructure package last week, which Republicans defeated. Even still, we heard a deal was close. Maybe we'd even get one on Monday. Well, now Monday has come and gone and still no agreement. Senators are apparently still struggling with how to pay for the nation's physical upgrades. Joining us right now to talk about footing that bill for infrastructure, Mick Mulvaney, former OMB director and White House chief of staff under President Trump. He's also the founder of Exeges Capital. And John Hope Bryan, founder and CEO of Operation Hope. Good morning to both of you. Want to start with you, Mr. Mulvaney, to try to just understand what you think the state of play is, but specifically on the Republican side, which has thus far, I think, blocked this bill.
Morning, Andrew. Maybe. I mean, keep in mind, even the introduction you gave is not entirely true. When that bill failed on Wednesday, it wasn't a specific bill. It was quite literally a blank piece of paper. And I don't think it does anything for or against a bill to vote against that. So I don't think it's fair to say the Republicans are blocking. They're having a difficulty trying to figure out a way to pay for something. This probably doesn't surprise anybody if they're actually interested in paying for it. Keep in mind, pay-fors in Washington, D.C. are easy because they aren't real. If you want to do it for real, you either have to reduce spending someplace else, which nobody wants to do, or raise revenues, which nobody wants to do. When we talked about this 5 weeks ago, I told you that I thought maybe we were moving towards a deal because the Republicans said they weren't going to allow the pay-fors to stand in the way of the deal. Now they seem to have refound some of their fiscal conservatism and are insisting on that pay-for. Until you hear that language change and go back to the discussions about not having to worry how to pay for it, I think this will continue to face headwinds in Washington and make it more difficult to get a deal done.
John, you're a guy who cares about pay-fors, right?
Yeah. Well, of course, you got to pay for everything in life. But I'd rather be Netflix right now than Blockbuster. Look, Blockbuster could have bought Netflix for $50 million, and they just threw the nose up and said, no, we have to know all the facts and where the revenue coming from, and you're a new technology, and no, we don't think so. Well, Blockbuster is bankrupt, and Netflix is worth billions of dollars. And, right now when we're sitting having this debate, China is trying to eat our lunch. We're at war. I'm sorry, there are folks in the world who are at war with America, want our seat at the table, want to be the global superpower in the world, want to be the largest economy, and they're making trillion-dollar investments a couple years ago in physical infrastructure there and around the world, and human capital infrastructure. Look, Mick knows, he's a smart man. First of all, his guy, the former president, had a $2 trillion proposal that wasn't nearly as well thought out as this one. So let's put that on the record. Let's put on the record, Andrew, that every time there's been an investment at the bottom of the pyramid, including infrastructure, Republican and Democratic presidents for 70 years, economy has popped. Let's also put on the record that 70% of the U.S. of the GDP comes from consumer spending. So where's this going to come from if we do it right? It's going to come from increased mobility, better jobs, which will create more revenue because you're paying more into the system. The GDP will grow. That's where this is going to come from. You can also have use taxes. You're going to reuse some of the unspent COVID money, unspent uninsurance money. The IRS is going to do their job, et cetera. This is not complicated. My friend Stevie Wonder can see this, and he wouldn't mind me saying that. This is the future of this country on the table, and I'm betting, like at the Olympics, on America.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.